here, paying off the salt chip challenge bet. I asked Jamie how much of this I had to eat because it is 40 grams of salt. 2 grams is a serving size. 2 grams is 35% of your daily intake, meaning that this is almost 1,000% in some rough math of my daily intake. Jamie, this feels like elder abuse.
Look, it's one chip.
You keep saying that.
You'll be fine. It is very salty. But here, let's set the tone here.
It comes with a glove, Jamie.
All right, might need to scoot over. TCU 49, Arizona 28. The Horned Frogs get to 7-4 on the season, 5-3, 6 rushing touchdowns on the day. So really, this is double celebration, Melissa, because the Horned Frogs get a quarter of their touchdowns on the season in one game. We've been talking about, you talked on the Arizona preview about TCU's need to establish the run a little bit more. They get 6 rushing touchdowns today. We've crossed the 1,200 subscriber mark on the YouTube channel now, so we're just gaining steam like crazy.
Jamie has a mustache.
This is my
important
payout.
To point out.
It is elegant and glamorous, and I pull it off with.
Why didn't you come to the TCU women's basketball kids game on Thursday?
Because I have a mustache, and it was the children's field trip game. I'm not about to risk that kind of reputation damage.
That's good. What do we think is more painful, tackling Savion Williams or consuming 1,000% of your daily salt intake in one sitting?
Tackling Savion Williams.
Yeah, he was incredible once again today. In fact, Brett Brandon, the Arizona coach, said post-game, where'd they get number 3? Who's that guy?
The answer is Temple, Texas.
The answer is Temple, Texas.
From the quarterbacks. No. Marshall, Texas. My apologies.
Oh, wow. We've got phone a friend off screen here.
From the quarterback's room.
Yeah.
All right, Melissa. I'm tweeting out the link, so let's just wait a couple of minutes here. Let's vamp and let's get.
Here's the color.
Gosh,
that's not organic, Jamie. My body is a temple, and I don't think I can put this.
That is so much smaller than the one chip hot challenge. That is so much smaller than any of the wing challenges.
I've definitely heard you say size doesn't matter, but
it doesn't.
We said not for kids.
I did say it wasn't. I did mark this live stream as not for children. So there is that. I just tweeted out the link. Let's give it a couple moments here for people to.
Do we want to talk more about this TCU win?
Let's talk a little bit more about the
7-4 after the win.
5-3 in Big 12 play. Still technically in contention for the Big 12 championship with BYU and Colorado both losing today. Really interesting chaos happening across the conference right now. But Melissa, let's jump into this game just a little bit because TCU, 450 yards of offense today, 2 turnovers, 1 interception by Josh Hoover, a late fumble by backup quarterback Ken Seals that Arizona took for a touchdown. But other than that, it was truly a relatively clean game for the Frogs once again. 4-1 now since a 3-3 start to the season. What have you seen from the offense that has helped them get out to a 7-4 record now?
Well, they found a way to effectively run the ball, even if it's in an unconventional fashion. I don't think we can say enough what the impact of Savion Williams in the Wildcat, the Savion Cat, whatever you want to call it, has been for this offense overall. It's just really opened up things, not only in being able to run the ball, but also, like you pointed out, other people pointed out, getting Eric McAllister on the field more. He had a couple of big plays today. And then opening things up for guys like Jeremy Payne had a huge run late in the game. We saw Cam Cook get in the end zone. We saw Dominique Johnson get some carries and gain some positive yards. So I think what they're doing well is figuring out what guys are successful at and how to put them in positions to be successful and how to get their most talented players on the field all together.
Yeah, fully agree. Moving Savion to the backfield, getting Eric McAllister more on the field, like you said. They now have 4 wide receivers either at or past 600 yards receiving this season. They haven't had that since the 2015 season. So Jack Besh gets over the 1,000-yard mark today. J.P. Richardson has his second consecutive 100-yard receiving game, gets into the end zone via the pass for the first time this season. He talked about how that kind of felt like getting a monkey off of his back in post-game today. But realistically, I think some of the biggest improvements that we've seen have been from guys like Jeremy Payne and Cam Cook in the running game. Both of those guys had rushing touchdowns today. Getting Trent Battle back was really big for this team. He has 2 rushing touchdowns on the day as well, because all of that takes so much pressure off of Josh Hoover. Josh Hoover he threw 1 touchdown today.
Yeah.
And if you
225
said, if you
yards, I
said
think,
in
yeah.
the first 6 games of the season that Josh Hoover had only thrown 1 touchdown, you're probably talking about a TCU loss at that point.
TCU has been better because they haven't had to put the entirety of the offensive success on Josh's shoulders. He's had fewer and fewer attempts each game through this 5-game winning, 5-game set, the 4-1 run they've had. And it's not because they don't believe him. It's not because he's not a talented quarterback. It's because what they're doing is putting together a balanced offense that is keeping opposing defenses from being able to just attack the passing game. Now, we did see Arizona blitz very successfully a couple of times, but they had to blitz. They threw a couple all-out blitzes. They got to Josh a few times, but other than the one total bailout that he threw, for the most part, he made really good decisions against the blitz, threw the ball away a couple of times, got intentional grounding. I'll live with that. They ended up converting on that drive anyways. But overall, what they've said is, hey, we trust you, we believe in you, but we don't want you to have to do this by yourself. They're putting him in a position to be successful, just like they are with the running backs and the wide receivers.
And on the other side of the ball, Marcus Steele comes back today. Cooper McDonald comes back today. TCU allows just 38 rushing yards on 22 rushing attempts for Arizona. Obviously, Arizona's offense is more geared towards the pass anyways, but anytime you can make a team that one-dimensional, you're going to have a lot of success when it comes to the outcome. Ted McMillan was as advertised today for Arizona. 13 targets, 9 catches for 115 yards, kept him out of the end zone, which was really important for the Frogs to do. But he went and got his today, regardless of what TCU was trying to do. They were bracketing him a lot. They were doubling him a lot. And it didn't really seem to matter. He made a couple of really impressive catches, even in tight coverage. And it was just fun to watch a guy who's going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft go out and show you what he's capable of.
And they, like you said, they let him be great. He was going to be great no matter what you did, but they didn't let him impact the game and didn't let him, will Arizona to a win. And great receivers are capable of doing that. We've certainly seen that with Savion Williams, among others, at TCU.
Absolutely. All right, Melissa, let's go ahead and just do this shit. So let's set the scene here a little bit. Again, this is a payout for you guys, the listeners, getting us to 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. We're very thankful. It should be known that Melissa has some moral support off camera because I'm clearly not moral support.
No, not at all.
But Jeremy Clark and Steven Johnson are here just waiting in the wings, both with a bottle of water.
Yeah, which is
nice. I think just in solidarity, really, more than anything. Not for you. Jeremy's drinking out of his right now. But
I've got mine off screen too.
Let's go ahead.
Do I just the whole thing?
Pop the whole thing in. So I will say this. When I've seen people fail at these challenges before,
they take a bite.
Because they take like a little bite just to test. And then they get behind the 8 ball really quickly. They're behind the chains, so to speak. I think if you just pop the whole thing, chew it really fast, and get it down, you're going to be successful in this moment. So.
Okay. I will be logging back in at 1 a.m. when this comes back up.
I'll be fast asleep.
Okay, sure. Oh my God.
Like, can you talk? Can you describe?
No.
Chew. Come on, you got this. I believe in you. I believe in you.
I went from no saliva to so much. Oh God, I swallowed. That was terrible. I'm so unhappy.
Oh. I believe in you. You're so close.
Okay.
Wow. Honestly, I'm impressed. You took it like a champ.
God. Hungry?
Yes,
Okay.
very. It looks like you ate a ton of green blue candy.
Okay, so 0 out of 10, do not recommend. Have you ever eaten paper on accident? Like you eat something, you bite through the wax paper and you chew it and you can't chew it because it's paper?
Sure.
That was the texture of that. It did not, there was no crunch. And then it sucked all of the moisture, shut up, Steven, sucked all of the moisture out of my mouth and then it gave it all back at once.
Wild. It's like when you season a steak, you can't put the salt on too quickly. You've got to let it rest for a little while and really soak in so you get all that flavor. That's what was happening in your mouth with 600 grams of salt, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's too much.
40 grams of salt,
They're not 600.
600% of your
Oh,
daily value.
Yeah, more than that. More than 600, but yeah.
That is insane.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible. All right.
Let's see.
Am I going to die?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
Was that
Pretty
worth sticking
salty.
around for, gentlemen?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Woof.
Pretty
All right,
salty.
folks. Hey,
Well, I'm
we'll-
glad the only salty I feel is from eating that terrible chip.
No salt
and not
left on
from
the
the game.
football field today, except for Arizona's tears and one player who spit a little bit at a Horned Frog and got a penalty. But other than that, hey, TCU 49, Arizona 28. We'll be back later this weekend with a full recap of TCU's win over the Wildcats. Until then, make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button, find us on Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your podcasts as well, and we will break this game down further.
Get us to 2,000 subscribers so I can make Jamie do something terrible. Because he really likes the mustache, and it doesn't feel like a consequence near to the level
Get us
of
to
mine.
2,000 subscribers, and I'll shave the mustache off.
And just
I'm
go.
keeping the mustache until 2,000 subscribers.
Okay.
All right.
This is not a punishment. This is a victory for you.
It's a win.
Okay.
Until next time, though,
Go Frogs.
go.
I want to
Frogs.
die. Oh. God, that was terrible.
We're still live, just so
Okay.
you're aware.
It was really terrible.